Welcome, this is a dedicated class on learner's characteristic. Now understand this in a very simple term. I am taking and I am delivering a lecture here. You are trying to understand the lecture. So who are you? You are a learner. Now one who is trying to learn is a learner. But note, you are not just the learner. In this case, I am also a learner. Can you guess how? The logic is very simple. To have this class or to deliver this class, I need to read, understand and then come and explain the class. So actually, I am also a learner. Now, what is the difference? Probably the age is one of the criteria that is different. The second criteria that is different is experience. You might wonder why a nursery child is asked to memorize, let's say, a nursery rhyme, Twinkle Twinkle. But on the other hand, it appears very simple to you because you say Twinkle Twinkle simply means stars twinkle. Why? Because of your knowledge, because of your age, because of your experience, right? But for a child, it's just a wonder. Oh, there is something in the sky that shines. So that's the difference. And that same difference would continue over the period of time. Therefore, teaching a child, teaching a young, teaching an adolescent and teaching an adult, the strategies for those vary. And in this lecture, our main objective would be to understand how to actually work on the right strategy. But before that, whenever you want that someone should learn, that means you have to motivate that person. In order to motivate that person, what is the most important thing that you must need to do? You need to look into certain criteria. For example, the first is self-efficacy. What does that mean? Self-efficacy means to believe that you have a capability to organize and execute a specific action. That means the person has a capability to organize something and execute that into action. The second important concept is attribution. Attribution is how we arrive to a specific idea. That means individual takes into account certain explanation of what has taken place in their life. So if I tell you something from my own biography, probably that would be a kind of attribution and that would motivate you. Oh yes, you faced this situation and you did this. So probably I can do this. So that's a way of motivating, right? So these are certain motivational characters. Now, again, there could be an influence from the parents, from the peers, from the teachers. It could be in the form of rewards. It could be in the form of accomplishments. All of these drive you, motivate you to learn. But another important thing that we need to understand is learning is in itself a never-ending process. When I say never-ending process, that means learning is continuous. And when we say learning is continuous, that means every age group you have to impart learning and that learning would be absorbed by different age groups in different way. So in this lecture, our main focus would be to understand mainly about adolescent learners and adult learners on these four different aspects, which is academic, social, cognitive and emotive. Emotive basically is more of psychological in nature where emotional feelings are dealt with. Cognitive is the ability to understand. Now definitely when I talk about adult learner, with age, the pace of learning reduces and there are more cognitive struggles that have to be faced when you are teaching an adult learner. Social and academic, or we can consider this academic as intellect or intellectual development. There is another important development and that is a moral development that we need to understand, the moral characteristics of the learner in an adolescent age group versus an adult age group. The moral characters of an adult learner would be more strong, more bounded, more rigid in compared to an adolescent learner who is right now exploring the world. But before we dive into each of these, let's understand the basic difference between adolescent and adult learners. So adult learners are those who are 18 plus. These learners are highly disciplined. They know an objective in life. They know what they need to do in life. They are highly result oriented. They do have their experience. Sometimes they do have a prior knowledge or job background. In the case they are more adult learners, around 30 plus age group, 40 plus age group, right? They can be from a minority group. Also, one very important thing with adult learner is they are shy, in the sense that they are not very easily able to learn within a group setting. So more of individual learning is a kind of learning, because they are not comfortable sitting in a class where most of the students are of the age group of 18 and they are of the age group of 50. As